So what I was saying before I cut myself off was if you charge it up to 4.2 volts and you don't go out and run it, then you want to just come back to the charger and just tell it to balance charge again. And it'll discharge it down to 3.8 volts per cell. So you definitely want to, if you charge it up 4.2 volts, you don't want to leave it there for any more than a couple of days inside the bag. If you run it within a couple of days, it's okay. But if you don't, then just bring it back to the charger, go to balance charge, and it'll take it down to 3.8 volts per cell. All right, so I'm going to pause the video and then we'll go and put the battery in the truck. Okay, so here we are in front of the truck. I got the battery here, and the truck has this cover on it. It's basically to keep the dust out of the electronics as much as possible, and it's Velcroed down. So you just pull the Velcro up, fold it open, and here's all your components. This is the ESC, or the motor controller. This is the motor with a heat sink on it. This is the servo that steers it, and the receiver is in here. This is not waterproof, so you don't really want to drive this in water if you can avoid it. A little splash here and there isn't going to hurt it, but you don't want to be like, submersing it and, driving it through puddles on purpose. This is the battery tray, and this battery will fit snugly right in there. And you do want to snug it down with the straps. So just get it under that strap, and get it under this strap. Because you're running at high speeds, you could crash the car and you could flip over, and you don't want that battery popping out. So you take the straps, loop it through the loop here, and just cinch it down with the Velcro. Same thing on this side. Come on, there it goes. All right, that's in there. Next thing you want to do is you want to hook actually you want to turn the receiver or the radio on first. Okay, here's your radio. It's a pretty good radio. It's a Futaba radio. These are pretty well known in racing. A lot of people use them. You want to turn your radio on first. It's just this switch on the front here. And it'll show you some information here. Basically, it's telling you that the steering and throttle trims are at 0. And if you pull the trigger, you can actually see the throttle channel move up and down, and same thing with the steering. If I turn the steering wheel, you can see channel 1 move back and forth. So I've already set up this radio for this truck. You shouldn't really have to change anything on the radio, but you do want to make sure that the radio is turned on before you plug the battery in, because sometimes they can actually start to move because they're not getting a signal from the radio. And trust me, you do not want this truck to drive away from you at full speed when it's on your table, because it will take everything on your table with it. Don't ask me how I know that. So anyway, just make sure the radio is turned on first, and it's the same type of plug. So I'm just going to plug it in here. And this one does not have an on-off switch, so it's going to immediately turn on. And that buzz, does it have an on-off switch? Oh, it does have an on-off switch, I'm sorry. That buzz is from the servo. So as soon as you plug the battery in, the servo is going to start buzzing. That's okay, it just means the servo is doing its job. This is a Savox servo, the same brand that's in your crawler. They're a little bit noisy, but they work pretty well. And then you turn the ESC on, which is the switch here on the side. And you see the lights start to blink, the fan will go on. And then just to confirm that it's connected, you can turn the wheels on the truck and make sure that the front wheels turn with it. All right, so now that that's running, everything looks good. I'm just going to kind of tuck. Oops, what happened? Oh, Get a bad connection somewhere. Don't know what that was about. I'm just going to tuck the battery wires a little bit under this post here. You want to stay away from, I'm just tucking the battery wires a little bit into the chassis here. You want to stay away from this post because that actually spins when the truck moves, and this one too. These are drive shafts, these black posts here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is just put the cover on, and I'll just squeeze the Velcro a little bit. You might hear the servo, do its whining. That's all right. It's just being a little noisy. And then you want to put the body on. So here's your body. Slides on top, just over the posts. Post holes over posts. And it'll take you a while to figure out how to line it up. You just pop it on there. And then there are body clips, which I have put somewhere. Here they are. These are your body clips, and they just kind of clip in there. I think you have these. No, you don't have these on your other trucks, because I did special magnetic things for them. But this guy has regular body clips, which are pretty common. You see these on almost every RC car, unless somebody is like me and they like to do fancy things. Oops. Come on. You can do it. There it is. All right. And you don't want to do too much test driving indoors because this car is really fast and it's really easy to accidentally run into furniture and people and stuff. But you can do a little bit. It starts off, it has pretty good low speed control. If you jam the throttle, it's going to take off and crash into something. So just be aware of that. It does have a brake mode. So if you're going forward and you want to stop, you just press the trigger forward and that brakes it. I think your other cars are set up like that too. So that's it pretty much. When you get here, we'll take it outside and I'll drive it around a little bit so you can get the feel for it. All right. So now we'll move on to the crawler. Oh, one more thing. So when you're done, leave the radio on. Just kind of put it aside. Bring the truck up onto your work table or wherever you can reach it. Pop the body posts off, the body pins off. Lift up the cover there. Turn the ESC off. Disconnect the battery. Okay? And you can leave it like this for a little bit. But you definitely, as soon as you get back home, as soon as you get to your charger, you want to take the battery out, hook it up to the charger, and either do a balance charge or a storage charge, which I showed you at the beginning. So that's it. Any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. So have fun.